Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermore. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming to you over the airways on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory. That's ndcd.org, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. We are also made possible by sales of the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of your ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled the sword to teaching the art to others. And of course, because it's not one of my days, if I don't mention it, Hates and Hellfire. A dark secret has claimed 2 lives and is hunting an innocent child at the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. Only his aunt, a plucky reporter, her cameraman, and a very odd cat stand against the forces of darkness. My friends, it is Friday! We have a lot to talk about. I have a hot, steaming pile of reverse accountability to discuss. So we're going to get right into it. I owe some, apologies to my YouTube viewers. Last week's Nick Notes Nerf was completely removed from YouTube. There was some confusion, apparently, over assembling and working on a Nerf blaster versus a live steel freedom dispenser. And one of these you can work on YouTube, and one of these you can't. And it gets real pricey. And they got confused. So, there is 3 hours of work down the toilet that I do have the original file. Now that it's fixed, I will be addressing, hopefully. Now, the Nick field continued in that somehow my lovely system did not record the audio when I uploaded the second in that series. I'm sorry, I got them flipped. Well, that one didn't have the audio. The other one got tucked down because they thought I was talking about doing things. The one where I actually did the work, unscrewing the blaster, no audio. So it's just a half hour of my hands. I am going to take that video down. I am going to what I'm going to do is pull the one I didn't edit on StreamYard. I know what happened, I think, and rerun that. So at some point, probably early today. No, not today. What am I thinking? So possibly early Saturday, because Mandy works Saturday. I will be taking a second swipe at getting both of those uploaded. So there'll be a double upload Saturday, breaking my usual broadcast schedule. But it means the 6 hours of work total this week that went into that won't be completely torpedoed. That is column A. Column B is a little brighter. So I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna swap column C will move to column B. Dude, I think in quasi old versions of like Excel, but from the work suite. If you know, you know. Okay. Had some contact with some people. And I do love when my world parallels between my friend groups. And I've noticed a pattern, if you will. And that pattern is this. When you are creative, and this reaches out to a lot of you, so pay attention, especially if you start doing good at all, you are going to attract the attention occasionally of the most base and vile creatures ever to walk the planet. Those being your free-range narcissists. They kind of get the energy vampire vibes. And what will happen if you have the fortitude to do so is, you politely disengage. Now, I have dealt with several of these creatures in my life. I continue to. The problem with them is I believe they secrete like a pheromone that makes their drama addictive. And in dealing with this, we have to remember say no. Now, right now, several people are probably jumping to, and to whom are you referring, Nick? You're vague booking. Multiple folks in this case, because I had a couple old names from incarnations come up in my messenger as recently as this morning. So, not necessarily who all you may think, but it could be who all you think. I do believe in the Cinderella clause, wherein if the shoe fits, Buttercup, lace that up. But the way to deal with them is all the same. When you identify a parasitic narcissist, you remove them from your space. It's the one time the Voldemort clause makes sense. You don't use their names. You don't use their face. You don't reference them. You don't reference them in the past. And the reason is because you can't tell where the event horizon of that particular black hole is, guys. And I know it's rough, but it's the only way. Because I had a couple from high school out of the blue reach out to me. People I haven't heard from in like 20 years. How are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. Notice you didn't accept my friend request. Blah, 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 blah. Pay attention to me. Are you seeing this? Don't I matter? Wow, I didn't realize you were cold-hearted. It degrades into the nice guy breakdown. The nice guy, not nice guy. You know what I'm saying? Attention feeds trolls, so don't give them any. and they will eventually starve out and go back to the bridges. And the reason I'm bringing this up, aside from I've had a couple people, my life always runs in parallels. You have to understand. If I'm getting nailed on something, somebody's getting nailed on similar somewhere else. We live in a world right now where things are spicy. Okay? Things are spicy. Let's be honest. I think we can all agree on that, whatever your political beliefs. Things are spicy. And we have to be here to support each other and take care of each other and build each other up. We also only have 24 hours in the day. Now, there are some people who you can do whatever you want. They will ask you advice every day. You can give them the advice and they won't listen. These exist. There are some people who will try to force themselves to be relevant in your world. And if they are doing this, there are two ways they're going to go about it. First, they're going to yap at you like a small dog on the end of its chain, trying to be intimidating. They will think they are doing charm. Okay, so there's three. There's three. I got to remember the third. They will think they're being charming, and they will write the most backhanded, weird. They're trying to be. How do I put it? They're trying to make you feel good-ish, while at the same time guilting you. It's a very weird form of doublespeak, and you'll encounter that too. And then there's the third kind, and this is where we get into the mixes of how they operate. There's a term called triangulation. A while ago, I narrowly dodged a scam. I narrowly dodged a major scam where somebody claimed that they could get your books and things into different stores when they couldn't. But, it was a pay-in, blah, blah, blah. Big scam. Not bringing that up because, boy, is that a hill of ants to kick over. But it was a large scam. A whole lot of very good people got hurt, and a whole lot of not so good people got hurt. But the person who ran that was a confirmed narcissist. I mean, obviously, you have to do that to people. But one thing they worked is a concept called triangulation. And triangulation works. It would be like if somebody wanted to send something to Trey, and I'm like, no. Don't, what? Trey's busy. Just tell me. I'll pass it on to Trey. And that allows them to filter exchanges. And they will start to do that and weed you down to the only one talking to you loudly seems like them. The only one who seems like they're there for you seems like them. Until you realize they are doing shady stuff behind your back, all this other stuff. And since this is the third one to come up this week, I have to talk about it. The cure for that, if there's anyone saying, I think you have a problem with so-and-so, I think there's a conflict, so-and-so's mad at you. Conversation stops right then and there. Nothing goes farther till you reach out to the source. This prevents anyone in the chain from triangulating you. Do you get that? This is good advice for everybody. Because there are people, especially when you start to make progress, there are people who will side with you, but they only want you to succeed to an acceptable level. These are the most dangerous. Because what they will do is, if possible, ride your coattails to a certain level. If not, they'll try to build you up. But then, as soon as you're up to a level, they'll try to stake your coattails down. and go, you can succeed as much as you want. You can have whatever wonder as long as you don't have more than me. So I'm coming into Friday a little spicy because I have seen this happen. You don't get what's mine. And I've seen this with people who withhold training in the martial arts world, or they give improper training in the martial arts world. I've seen this in the art world where people would keep a file of clients and let you see some of them, but only the problem clients, so that you're doing okay, but not as well as you could. And so their referrals get real weird. And I have certainly seen it in the book world where people try to get free labor out of other people, and if they can't get free labor, they get cranky. I've saw good Lord, have I seen that in the in different groups I've been involved with volunteer wire. Yes, we'd love for you to help wash the dishes. We're going to have a masked ball. I literally saw that happen. And the person whose idea it was for the masked ball, the person who shaped the whole masked ball, was the person they put to wash dishes so that they couldn't come. Well, just come right, after you're done washing dishes, you can come out. When you're covered in, look, washing dishes after a feast is not a nice thing. So I've seen some shade. And I get very possessive. And I get cranky. And I apologize to anyone I've advised in the recent future. In the recent future, wow. It's almost like I'm planning to send some emails after this to unrelated people. In the recent past, because I was cranky, but it is genuinely on your behalf. I despise seeing people I like mistreated because I've been mistreated too much. And the trick is to be the person you wish you knew. That's a great goal to have in life. Be the person you wish you knew. That's been one of my deciding factors. I have to be very careful this time of year. It is not a good time of year for me. Honestly, it's the worst time of year for me. But why I am mentioning this is we have been lied to, I believe, as a people. And we have one commodity that, above all the commodities that are exchanged, that cannot be returned. You could lose a fortune in money. You could lose, have all your possessions leveled. And except for some sentimentality attached to them, they can be returned. You can lose houses. You can get another one. Lord knows I know that one. What you can't do is get your time back. And one thing I look back looking at my life is I've known so many people who wasted my time where I could be helping people, or I could be helping myself. I could be doing things with my family, or I could be chilling or shooting Nerf guns. But instead, rude people cause messes, and then the messes need to be dealt with, or they prattle at you. Anything to get attention. So, value your time because you will not get it back. Because it's not just your time, it becomes a sliding effort. Okay? See, right now, I could be discussing the really fun art project I'm working on, because I have a really fun art project I'm working on. But I have to discuss this because I know right now there are younger and newer and less experienced people who might see this at some point and not realize that they're in the kind of situation where somebody is profiting off of them or trying to. And that's not right or just. And a lot of times it's just because you didn't know. There's no malice on your end. You just didn't know any better. But if I can take some of my time here with my little soapbox and, without naming names and causing a big poop storm, highlight that one of the kindest things you can do is walk away sometimes. And that hurts. Sometimes you have to walk away from people you've tried to help but refuse to help themselves. Sometimes you have to walk away from people who you wish no ill of. It was phrased really, really well, and I don't know where I got it, and I genuinely apologize from it, but it entered my vernacular. I don't want you to starve. I want you to eat, just not at my table. There is no malice. Contrary to some letters I've received. I mean, until you get a letter that is signed with malice. But the trick is you can grow and grow outside of their influence. You just have to understand that every so often they'll slither out from whatever hole they're under and they'll poke you. And that's rarely, ooh, I got a message. Oh, it's Tupac. Thank you. I want you to eat, just not at my table. Thank you for that. Yet another of one of the great and totally underappreciated philosophers of our time. And people think I'm being sarcastic. I am not. But ha! I'm sorry. I just glanced down and I saw Johnny, I've missed the heck out of you. And I'm not trying to skip folks. I just glanced down and saw I had a dear blank. And I know who the blank is because in parts it's a reference. I hope this letter finds you before I do. God, I've missed you, Johnny. But, and I'm going to laugh again when I hit that. But, not the green room, Nick, not the green room. Y'all don't understand. Johnny is a very, very pretty man. Anyway. Don't let the negatives suck the life out of you and take the time, because with that time, you could be drawing, you could be writing, you could be telling a story, you could be planting a garden. There is so much you can be doing. But you can't get lured into, and it's a siren song. I want to build people up. And, if there's one thing you can get from me, it's consistency. God help me, I am a 43, soon to be 44-year-old, incredibly busted up. I don't even know what class, surf class working man. Worse, an artist and an academic. So, The only reason I'm still here is, nope, not even go there. Not gonna get that political. But money is not going to be my thing. But I want to see you succeed more than me as a primary goal. Every one of you, I want every one of you to excel in the fields you pursue. Okay? I'm serious. And I mean, the people I know, the people I don't know, I want you to excel. Okay? When I'm teaching my students, my first priority after I've got them safe, they can fight safely, they're having fun, they're dealing with whatever they're dealing is. I want you to be able to beat me consistently. That's what I want. I want you to beat me. And when you get to the point where you can consistently beat me, which you should be able to, I'm short and I'm old and I walk with a stick most of the time. That should be enough to keep me nerfed. But I hope I earn your respect in that process enough that if I can be of help later, you come to me. But if you transcend me and mostly forget me, that's fine. Because I want you to succeed. No. I'm being threatened with the tawny bomb. But in this case, it's not. In this case, it's core philosophy. This isn't me doing anything self-derogatory. Okay? Although there aren't words for how much I appreciate that little threat here. Because I want to see everybody fly. Okay? I actually have a children's book. It is written. I just have to properly illustrate it. And then I will put it out. It's glorious. I'm very, very proud of it. I just have to illustrate it on a level that I am not there yet. And God help me, I am a patient man. That might be part of why I'm working very hard on a very specific commission, like literally during the commercials, which we are due for. So, build yourself up, build others up. How's the song go? You've got to accentuate the positive, de-somethingate the negative, and never mess with Mr. In Between. So go for that, guys. So this weekend, as you are getting your stuff done, before we go and celebrate our wonderful mothers, take some time and look for the people who can, oh dear Lord. That's why, I used to worry about being forgotten. I have learned I am not forgotten. I am just forgotten till I'm useful to a lot of people. And there is a difference. Save for a few. That's okay. It's your world, guys. It's what you're going to build of it. Okay? Make it great. Be great. Take this time and do something that pushes one of your dreams forward. And when you have your dreams pushed forward, and on the off chance they're watching this, good luck on your. One of my friends is doing a commission, a submission that is, to become a sponsored VTuber. I'm not dropping names because it's not somebody you guys know most likely, but they're actually like this is my resume kind of version of it. and I really hope they go through it, even if they don't make it through them. I got to see your stream. Per request, I'm not sharing it, largely because it's their YouTube channel still under their real name. So, dox prevention. But I'm proud of you, kiddo. And if you think that's a hint, I call so many people kiddo, it ain't even right. But rest assured, when they are ready and they need to get their name out there, I will be looking up places that they can find a supportive community to build them up. You know, places where people can find what they're doing. If only such a place existed. All right, folks. And yes, during the minute or 30 seconds that I get, I swivel over and I work on things. It never stops. Let's go through the I am incredibly behind. On my comments. So we will hop and pop our way through these comments because we have things to do. I am also privately hoping that some minor shenanigans are successful. First through the door is Foxy. Morning all. Hello, Foxy, my love. How are you doing? And Thesis, how are you? Thesis has a stream Saturday. He usually throws the link in farther down. Be sure not to miss it. And good morning. Good morning, Carl. I got to see the front end of Carl's house. Absolutely delightful. I am a sucker for some historical architecture. It always makes me go, ooh. And accountability. First coat of painting is done. Now serving my highest function, cat bed. Look, when you are selected to be embraced by your feline overlords, one must take the blessings of Bast upon you and just enjoy. Look, I know like at least one Adonis bosses is really big into kitty cats. So, and I say at least one. Because as soon as I started saying that, my brain started going through the pantheon of Donna's bosses and watching them stop what they're doing to pet assorted cats. And it really was quite delightful. I need to write that down because that would be an awesome series of pictures. Notes. I need to get more post-it notes. I also hooked up my buddy T-Rex. Not by that name, but I hooked up my buddy T-Rex. You know, I call him T-Rex because he's my small arms dealer. Anyhow, where are we? Aha, yes. Uh, Cats. And I suppose me saying I want to draw Norse gods petting cats is a little strange with the new pope in the work. Newly minted, all done been popified. But to his credit, seems like a pretty cool dude. Looks like we may be 2 for 2. I'm hoping. Hey, Carl. Greetings. And Charcoal says purr purr. Oh, kitty cat purr. The only problem is it makes me so sleepy that I want to be a nap. You mean you want to take a nap? No. I want to become the nap. Anyway, and we've got greetings. And now Contra Donna and Dawn and Trey. Well, I've had Trey mostly conjured. She's just in the background. She's on another dimension. Watching, knowing, all seeing, all powerful, all bopping. So yes, I had to talk. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have to pause here. Because somebody who didn't know me very well in college came up to me and they noticed I was wearing a cross and they went, "What if you're wrong?" No lead up, mind you. No lead up. But what if you're wrong? And I went, well, I'm a man, but I can change if I have to, I guess. And I started to walk away. No. About God. If I'm wrong about God. Okay, cool. Then I am. And I have been devoted to trying to be better for no reason. Oh, darn. For me, it's not about the reward, it's about doing the job. Well, what if we're right? And she holds up a pentacle like I'm supposed to be intimidated. It was delightful. It really was. It was a delightful case. Because I'm like, depending on who you talk to, I don't have much beef with most of your bosses either. I've met a couple of their representatives. Fairly groovy folks. And that just went blasting through my mind. Anyway, be nice to the other bosses. They might not be your boss, but there's no reason to be disrespectful. Cigars, cats, and yarn. That's a good mix. LOL. Henry Cavill. Dirty. Because Henry Cavill clean is good, but Henry Cavill dirty is apparently infinitely better. I believe the phrase is he grunges up nicely. There's been some argument in assorted communities. Donna's here. She just has an armful of Cali. Excellent. They achieved level 1 of clan battle today, so they are to be congratulated. Good job on battling the clan. I support that. Anyway. Oh, the old eyebrow is itching again. Anyway, hey everyone. Hey, Donna. And Morning Empress. Hey, we got greetings and we got greetings and we got greetings. Hey, Trey. And the yawn and the cigars have worked. Now for cat summoning for Dawn. Must be orange or it won't work as well. Charcoal decided not to be part of the summoning. She got enough loves left. Fair. Oh, I know it's bad when I see Trey writing a handwritten note instead of just typing hate stuff at me. I know I'm doomed. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Blessed are post-it notes. I'm out of them. I keep forgetting to buy them. I will get post-it notes. I'm going out today. I need a nap before that room tonight. I was awakened at 4 a.m. today. Guess whose butt was outside at 4 a.m. I'm sorry, 1:30. 1:30 with a big stick, sounding like I'm running a cattle drive. Yeah, get out of here. Yeah. I start shouting. I hear Lester next door. Dang it, it's the coyotes. Even if I can't hear them, I can hear Nick. I will haze them like a 1980s comedy villain, okay? I will drive back the night. It's kind of in the bailiwick. My bailiwick. Hey, Dawn, how you doing? And because Dawn knows she is the creator of her story, I'm going to flash up her fanciful felines. I have this horrible urge to borrow the dance scene from Buffy the Vampire Slayer that they borrowed in X-Men Evolution and try to animate Georgette dancing like that. If you know, you know. But in the full quasi-Georgian Bridgerton era, Regency garb, but in full dancing like she's at the Bronx. I have this urge. Now let's see. Got me beat. 6:30ish here. The summoning is complete. I woke up at 6 o'clock. Forgot that it was large item pickup day, and that's why my brain told me to wake up at 6 o'clock. Gave the double deuce to my phone after reading what time it was, and went back to bed. I accept my sins. I also have a whole new DVD collection because somebody was throwing away their DVD collection. Darn. And let's see. Dawn, claim your level 1 rewards. I don't know why Carl came off sounding like a Diablo character in my mind. The narrator, yes. And yes, I was asleep. Must be nice, Dawn. It's still dark when Callie starts crying for me to wake up. Cats are like that sometimes. I am dogged. The bounty hunter. Ah! Get off me, you Hulk Hogan wannabe! You creeper, go away. For some reason, I had the image of two little stubby ball peen hammers going, yeah! It was very, very clear. No! Your kneecaps will suffer! Don't make me tell you why they're ball peen hammers. Anyway. Oh, God. Not the green room. I bet. He's still sucking up for yesterday morning. Yes, he is. Uh-oh. He decided to slip his leash and give Thesis the runaround. So he's on the naughty list. Isn't it terrible when they slip their leash? Oh, no. We are still working on coming when called. He gets a scent in his nose, his ears turn off as he follows it. We had a dog that you were fine as long as her nose never got down to the ground because she had just enough, we think, bloodhound or something in her. Her whole forehead would turn into rumples, and it wasn't like that normally. And her nose, pew! Yeah, that ain't. Still got puppy instincts. Yup. Here we go. And don't forget to like and share and subscribe because you're subscribed. And I'm due for an ad. So let's run an ad. Who needs an ad? 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 Alrighty, righty. Keep my comments tidy. Right. Bum. I chased him around the field for 25 minutes. He just wouldn't come back to me. I was scared. He kept running. Okay, that is not fun. I have been there. That's where like the fun jokes stop. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I'm glad he's safe. I'm glad you're safe. Cuddle the dog. Hey, Nick, and everyone I miss because Callie was holding me down. Man, it's going to be one of those days. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. And now I have a hole in my wall from the green room. I still have to... Hold on. I need to draw a line and print off Joe Hendry face in color at library. Anyway, because there will be, I'm not plotting shenanigans about say his name. She's a 10, but she doesn't believe in Joe Hendry. Then she's not a 10. Anyway, drops in a fuzzy like. Pokes like with the bapper. Found Dusty like, oh, it's still good. I'll take it. Got my volume down. I was up a little late watching a pinball tournament. And instantly the song is there. No hesitation. My wrists are feeling supple. Anyway, interesting choice. Also, have some interaction over here on Twitch. Wahara! Morning, bunnies. Morning, Robin. How are you, my dear? Hey, Robin. Morning, Robin. I need to make a huge, like, old-style TV schedule board for when people broadcast at this point and just throw it on my wall. Maybe my ceiling. That's wasted planar space. Because then I could just look up at it. And that's really not a bad idea. Thinking outside the box. No, I'm thinking inside the box, but upside the box. Hey, Robin. It is morning. Well, I hope we can make it better. Yes, it is. Hope everyone is well. It is. It's Friday. Joe's sister is in it every week. So I like to catch it when I can. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I lost the thread for just a second. Like, what is she in? In peril? Is this like the old Batman? Oh no, Joe's sister's been tied to a giant barbecue and the sun is rising. Will they escape? Will they taste like Sweet Baby Ray's long pork? Come back, same Joe time, same Joe channel. Spoilers, they will not be in excellent. Drama? No, thank you. Doing hand stretches. All the pops and cracks. Yes. Not doing well today. Want to remind folks that I'm taking the weekend off to house sit for my grandma. Well, you enjoy that. Take it as an opportunity to rest and recover. If you feel the need to handwrite, write or something, grab yourself a notebook and handwrite. It might, let your brain float. But hugs for Robin. We've got nothing but love for Robin. Wow. You actually got a Janus laugh out of me. Usually high school messages are MLM scams. You are not wrong, and that is delightful. Hugs, Robin. Hey, Midnight. What's happening? Sarah has risen from her crypt to join us. Hello, dear. I didn't think we'd get to see you. Thank you, Sarah, for messaging me promptly that my video was muted the whole time. My embarrassment is mighty. All of that will be rectified at some point in the fairly near future. Hey, Sarah. Hope today's treating you well. Well, today's treating me. We shall see how. Oh, hi. And hi's from Robin, and hi, Sarah. Sarah, aw, you guys, we love you. You know we love you. Good morning. Good morning. Morning, Dan. Didn't expect you around this morning. Dad, 3 hour Hallfield. I caught towards the end of that because I finally got done doing my exercises. See, I can't watch your streams while I do my drills and exercises because then I cannot comment. Or I start commenting and then I don't do my drills and exercises. So I have to watch like broadcast encapsulated entertainment or listen to mind-numbingly scary uh, creepypastas to keep my mind in the right place while I'm exercising. Ow, morning, Dan. Oof. People's lies always catch up with them in the end, especially when people talk to each other directly. That is how we defeat the issues. Just teasing. Oh, Carl, we know you tease, good sir. Hey, Dan. Hi, Dan. And there's the link for the tea house as he discusses traditions on first time meetings. Fascinating stuff. I slept in the chair last night. The dog wouldn't move, so I could get to bed. Oh, wow, you been there? I have the extra notification on thesis just in case it helps the algorithm. I think it's bongos. I like to think that Al Gore secretly plays the bongos. And like, it is my hope, and I really mean this, that Al Gore, yes, that Al Gore, has like a mountain retreat where he has measured where the water will crest, you know, as the ice caps melt. And he's slowly converting it to an island style retreat with like sand beaches, just waiting for the water to come. And then every so often he plays his bongos and walks in the sand, you know, because at least the dude tried. Right or wrong, successful or not, the dude tried. And he's kind of got that Clark Gregg energy. You know, I think it's Clark Gregg. The dude who played Coulson, the greatest of all the Avengers. Come at me, bro. Anyway. Or you can succeed in the way they deem acceptable. Or you can only succeed in the way they deem acceptable. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Oh, no, you can't be an artist, but you can go make money at that job. That's where you belong, duckies. I will go 1970s Kung Fu movie because there's no way I'm doing wire fu. So we have to be pre-Matrix Kung Fu. You shall face to face of my 1,000 deadly fists. You know, you walk in and the gong rings, even though there's no gongs around to do it. Dun, dun. Not at all, Foxy. My neck feels much better than most mornings I sleep in bed. Known many of that type. Oh, good share then. Yep. That being said, if anyone says I said or feel a certain way, please double check with me. I'm usually pretty direct if I'm sorry. The level of subtitles that my beloved Trelena, you see, this is why Trelena and Amanda are my favorite women on the planet, that I'm not like, mom is mom. Mom is not woman, mom is mom. But my favorite women on the planet are Trelena and Amanda because, amongst other things, they come with subtitles. They might not always be clear, so you'll get the esoteric like symbols swirling in places, but you done goofed is, at least you know you did wrong. Wednesday was the 3-year anniversary of my accident surgery, so I took everyone on a little tour of the area. Well, that's cool. That is very cool. Morning, everyone, and happy Friday to you. And squeeze that happened. Hey, crisscross. Anyway, it's next in my queue. Oh, yeah. Well, look, my queue. Ooh. I almost invoked an AI I should not. I did the voiceover for the beginning. Excellent. It was good, Foxy. Got it in one take, even. Nice. Time, effort, energy, attention are all things people try to take for themselves. Absolutely. For some reason, people think taking your life only sums up to murder. It's not. More insidious people will take your life to take you away from what you love and what you want. And long as I have something to read, I can usually do it. That's so much easier than the lying back and thinking of England. Anyway, never mind. Hey, Chris, scripts are great. Yes, they are. I hope this letter. I knew I'd laugh when I hit it again. I hope this letter finds you before I do. Hey, Johnny. Signed with frigid regards. That's very close. Hello. Hey, Johnny. Everybody's greeting Johnny. Da 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 da. Hello. I'm the doctor. Basically, run. Oh, going Matt Smith on that one. Nice. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Oh, I haven't done much anything. I don't know what you're talking about, but I appreciate the appreciation. Speaking of planting a garden, I need to go look at what they have soon. That's part of what I get to do. I'm just chaos gardening wildflowers this year, I think. I can. I'm sorry, I saw the next comment and you guys don't know what you walked into, so I will have to address that. Because I was rather onerous, would be the way to put it, but I'm just chaos gardening wildflowers this year, I think. I can send you a bag of like the nine bean soup. They're not terribly expensive. Like they're even in my budget. Just legumes. They're nitrogen fixers. I love the word legume. It's fun to say. Nah, Nick, you're not. You aren't a surf. You're a bard. Okay. So I done goofed because we were cleaning, and we found one of my tin whistle sets. And it was a really nice set. It came with the C and a D. I know the fingerings for D, so all things that have 6 holes that you blow into of the whistle family, that's a D tin whistle. That's how I'm going to finger. But I cranked out most of Scarborough Fair from memory. I missed a couple transitions. There's always a couple spots that I'm a little fuzzy with, and my fingers don't always do what I tell them to do in that. But I saw it, not bad. I'm not a bard or anything, and Amanda glared at me. I'm like, look. To be a bard, you have to play. And I stopped, and she looked at me. Said, well, the string, you have to play a wind, a string, and a percussion. And I'm like, she goes, 1, and points up to my cigar box guitar that I was learning. And then she goes, and where's your Doombeck and your Bodhran? I can't play the Bodhran anymore. My wrist isn't loose enough to do the Bodhran anymore. But you could. Like, fine. Once again, Bard is in my character class. I'll admit it to an extent, begrudgingly, theoretically. And then the discussion of oration bards came out, and it was a whole thing. But yes, I am busted. Mea culpa. I should develop that stuff called self-esteem, and at some point I will. Possibly. But I want a tomato plant. Trying to figure out how to stream to kick. Okay. Joey finished it, so it actually streamed there. Thank you, sweet drizzle. So a spontaneous crochet puzzle stream happened. See, like when y'all do this, because of the Nick field, at least ping me so I have a chance. Indeed. I did watch that an hour late, Dawn. Ooh, it was a fun stream. Thanks for everyone stopping by and hanging out. If I would have been stuck at work, I would have hopped on too. It was fun to watch. I protest. I am not a merry man. How accurate to our conversation was that random point right here? It's kind of scary thesis. And yes, I can understand that. Thesis, we need to conspire about when your mom. Oh, when her mom. Wow. Ow. It's been a while since I've. Every once in a while, I don't have constant dyslexia. It just randomly Percy Jackson's out. And like before it turned to Greek, that I was like that right there, that when it fires off with no warning. Anyway, we need to conspire about when your work schedule is so that we can make sure you can hop on. Lamau, love that Trek X episode. One of the best lines ever. My work schedule is the same every week. Unless there's sickness, I work Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Okay. Got to accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, latch on to the affirmative, and never mess with Mr. In Between. You are a goddess as always, Robin. Good luck on your friend on VTubing. She could use it. And no, I'm not dinging Robin. Robin will do her own thing at her own speed, but she's an absolute goddess, so she's fine. I'd be supporting. Yeah, if Robin had a video, this is my application to become a VTuber. You guys think I would like a nanosecond? I'd hit share so hard and give me a restraining order. Okay. Look like Bobby Brown to Tina Turner. Anyway, to illustrate my last remarks, Jonah in the whale, Noah in the ark. What did they do when everything looked so dark? Lit a candle. Said you got it. They said you got to accentuate the post. Well, I figure with Noah in the ark and, a 9-month delay before things happen. Anyway, there were some responsibilities that had to be tended to in that ark. But you make a valid point. And it goes less of a lapdog now. He's to the point even he realizes he doesn't fit anymore. Aw, that's sad. I usually chat with Nick and Joe behind the scenes until the show starts. I could go a few years without a complete 180 from Francis. Yeah. He will crawl up in front of me and put his front end in my lap and sit and wag his tail. Aww. Nick, there is now a crow building a nest outside of my this window. Portents anyone? We were cleaning. An old road atlas fell out and came open while we were cleaning. The 2020 road atlas that we bought for all the plans we had for travel in 2020. Of its own volition, this lovely, big, thick Rand McNally, the atlas that, could be a sunscreen for your car. What does it open up to? And, my eye fall upon instantly? Well, that's the Great Smoky Mountains, the Appalachian mountain range, right there. National Forest. I'm like, no, I don't need another set of ominous woods calling me, thank you. Depends on what kind of omen do you mean. Most phones have post-its, so you don't. No, look. I had to change some things around, but let me just show you something. I'm going to move this over here. I want to show you guys something. And I'm going to shrink this. I have been condensing them. But oh, I got to. Oh, sorry, that's a project I'm working on. Present, stop screen, present, share screen, window. Oh, entire screen. This right here is my newly condensed Post-it notes. It used to be all the way across in multiple colors, but I've been condensing that. A couple of these are a little out of date. A few need work. One or two projects entered in before my assorted plans. And some of these had to carry from 2022, where they've been up there. My point being, Post-it notes are life. And I shall not likely, let me move this so I can look at you guys head on, surrender their glory. But I do love the Post-it Notes app. Let's see. Lit a candle. 180 from Francis. That's so sweet. Nick, the Coyote Wrangler. If I don't see it in front of me, it doesn't exist. But Post-it notes are visual reminder that don't need batteries. Same. Of course you do, Dan. Oh God, needs a maximum. Do you have a PO box? Not yet. I need to set one up. But Robin, you've known me long enough. If you need my mailing address, I will happily send it to you. I use my voice notes app much more than the actual notes. I can understand that too. Delayed my baby squee via typing due to holding said little gal. Understood. Phone apps are notes for short-term notes. Post-its are longer-term notes. Notebooks are for longer unknown time limits. Quite. Like right there. Although I just have given up and I just have stacks of bizarre, really nice. I found some old ones and I regret that I used them this way. But the notes I take on given streams, and then they sit behind the little anvil that is next to my computer, usually. And I thumb through them when I'm like, I'm forgetting something. What am I forgetting? Let me check the files. Although I have to leave this one out because it's all the requirements for the art project I am working on currently. That's going to be a massive multi-thing endeavor. And so I want to get that cranked out. I might have it done by the end of next week if the universe is kind to me. But after spontaneous stream, spontaneous ice cream, kids had mani-pedis, and they both did the best they. Oh, okay, cool. My notebooks are filled with sword sketches. If I need really good ideas, I just need to start doing math because the margins give me. Wow, that was great. We get scratched all to heck. Indy. Phone app notes are great for things that need to use occasionally, like alarm codes for the or Menards account for the parks. It was mileage until I made mileage app too. Yes. Post-it notes are for when I need to take care of something immediately. Notes are for dry runs before concrete pour because they will likely never see the light of day again. You see, let me explain. When I do Post-it notes and they are my projects, do you know what I get to do? I get to viscerally rip it off the wall and ball it up and yeet it across the room. And that is joy. I used to have the wall of knowledge, but it came down during the first attempt at renovations that went insane. Let's see. Nick, I need the JPEG or PNG of the Munzie Carl drama drawing. Let me know how much I owe. I want to post it on the Munzie forum. You don't need to worry about, I don't think I got that colorized. Do you want it still black and white, or do you want me to take time to colorize it? That was an amazing drawing. Yes, it was. Munzie Capper 5000. Coming when called after slipping the leash. If you ever had to prove that you're one of my people, this shows it. Oh, we have the window open here. Inigo keeps sitting there just sniffing outside. Nick, I'll be sending you an Amazon link when I get on Facebook for when you want to record something off your phone or you're away from a computer. Okay. Which is why I can't do anything until NTF. I need to comment. I understand. Same Dawn. Ditto. I can do one thing with moderate accuracy. The more things I do, the worse I get. What I have to do is the great wheel of procrastination. Wheel of procrastination, turn, turn, turn. Where is the money I shall earn? Today I'm doing commission art. Whee! Because I'm procrastinating from all the other things. Thesis's phone sound for text is a gong. That tracks. If my voice doesn't say it, my face will. I love watching the conversations that Mandy and Trelena have when they're sitting, because, like, the eyebrows are doing Morse code at each other. Like, oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. That one snuck up on me. My face generally lacks much emotion, even if I'm feeling a lot. That is something that people who have been through certain kinds of events develop. One of the scariest things is if I ever stop emoting. It's like that sliding scale. If I stop emoting, and yeah, this is actually beyond like my I am so annoyed I will rage. I stop emoting, and most of the accents fall from my voice, and I get very polite, and I get very quiet. The polite is I do have hearing limitations. I have hearing disabilities. That means I often mishear things, and my brain just fills in the gaps. This is always an opportunity. Pardon me. Would you repeat that? This isn't a macho thing. This is making sure that I am fully aware of what you've said. And I'll usually lean like one ear to try to calibrate the sound, you know? But it's soft, something my dad taught me. Respond softly so that they lean in. It helps with the height differences. Not the green room, Nick. I didn't mean that kind of height difference, but if you watched Nita and Daphne's video from a little bit back, you won't be the only one who thinks in those terms. I do delight in taking content, hitting comments, and taking them grotesquely out of context because it's right there and it working. It's one of the games I get to play. Chaos Gardening Wildflowers, that sounds like an art prompt. Stranger things could happen. Remind me next week. I have resting panic face until my brain starts narrating. Oh, you're not wrong. Write down for next Wednesday. See, I'm not a bard then. LOL. Yes. And yes, I was called in those exact terms. This is what. Oh, God. It's like the level of just busted that comment represents. That's when somebody, you need to message Amanda that one at some point. Trey, we need to get together and figure out what day you're available for Tea Time Part 2 or Part Air because it's Chinese themed. Sure. We will plan an early dinner that day, I think. Might be a good idea. Ha, for sure. A couple questions I added later interviews that I did ask the first time, and we'll be covering then. I mean, I can eat during the stream, dang straight, and eat your fill. Now, because we never talked about food during the stream. Never. Hey, we could, right? I'd do with snacks. Just potluck during the stream in your own home. Bonus choice of Chinese, bonus choice of if Chinese food. Yeah. Well, of course that it would be. And thesis, that would be a good topic. If you are able to convince Lynn to be on camera, the differences between Chinese and British tea ceremonies. Oh my gosh, yes. I would love that, Dad. Sorry, I was cleaning off my corner of the office, been trying to use OneNote more instead of paper notes, but I am failing. The older I get, the more I hear of, the Internet of Things. You can have smart lights and smart things. And the more I'm getting mechanical, that would be an interesting show. The trick would be getting her to be on camera. You've got a couple months to convince her. We could do a tea time all about that in July. She could just voice it if that would be more comfortable. Black and white on drawing is fine, and yes, I will PayPal you something. The artist gets paid. Someone wise, one contractually obligated. I do the job and then I get paid. I wonder, do I still have that logo? I had that for a long time. I may have taken it down. Oh no, that's on the other channel. That's on my old thing. I may have to make a new I do the job and then I get paid. But that's only when I've agreed to the job. Send them enough for a good cheeseburger. Oh. Smokies are national treasure. There are parts that are touristy, parts that are secluded, almost magical, and there may be parts possibly unsettling. Yes, but for me, you have to scramble it around. Because, like, the parts that are unsettling are the ones filled with human tourists. The parts that are almost magical for me probably are. And the ones that most people find unsettling are the ones that I would say, oh, that's very touristy. There are way too many people here. Who is Phil and what is he? Who knows? Thesis Lynn thinks it could be interesting. She may not turn on the camera, but people will visualize Emma Peel anyway. Yes, crowds are unsettling. Indeed. I'm going to run some ads and wrap it up because I do have some things I have to do after the show. And we're going to get settled to that. But we do need to run some ads. Also, I did not coin, nor have I ever claimed that I coined hashtag always promote. I use hashtag always promote wherever it is. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It should be in here somewhere. Is it even on this list? It is not. Oh well, but hashtag always promote really isn't on the list anymore. I'm gonna have to put that back up there then. Or I'm just completely missing it. All I'm seeing is my PayPal address. That's silly. Anyway, was created mostly by Brian. $20 is $20. That's a lot closer. Was set originally around here by BKM, the guy whose stuff is over there. I am planning a certain BKM homage video in the near future. It will probably be pre-recorded, but I don't know. It depends on how long my thickle neck can tolerate the bow tie. But I wanted to clear that up so that there's no doubt or question. That being said, ads and back.
Hi. Hi, bunnies. This is Robin Yoda, just wanting to let you know I have a Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Robin Yoda. You can catch me there Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific playing Stardew Valley, Saturdays at 2 p.m. playing The Sims 4, and Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific playing a random game from my Game Pass library. You can also find me Mondays on my YouTube channel, Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny. I hope to see you all there. Thanks for watching.
Oh, but there is an update.
Welcome, welcome, bunnies. It's Robin Yoda. My Twitch stream has changed. I'm playing Saturdays and Sundays at 2 p.m. If there's any schedule change, I'll let you know by posting on X, Blue Sky, and sometimes Facebook. You can follow all my socials, Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny, and sign up for my YouTube channel. It's also Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny, where I repost all of my streams. So come join me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Robin Yoda for some awesome streams. And once again, thanks for watching.
Alrighty. Not me working during the ads. I never work during the ads. What are you talking about? Don't look at me that way. Sing!
It's time to scan, that is the plan, with Carl and Dawn to catch a fawn or unicorn. We're so forlorn, we got a Koepp, so here's our rep. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we've got to Munsey. Download that app and help us Koepp, and you can play it too. Munsey is good exercise, good for your heart and for your thighs. Dawn is such a lovely lass. Come on, Dawn, get off your chair. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we got to Munsey. Download that app and help us Koepp, and you can play it too.
Hello, I'm Dan Hallfield. I'm the senior editor and publisher of Abelian Webzine, the world's oldest free creative writing e-zine since 1997. Since then, we have helped over 500 amateur writers learn what they needed to turn pro. www.aphelion-webzine.com and read not only what we've got going on right now, but 28 years worth of our archives of stories. Thank you very much.
And... yeah, I better do this.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santastein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
Yeah, folks, we're all about letting you art over here because we need to have our creativity expressed. So, guys, keep drawing, keep writing, keep creating, because as long as you do, you can edit it, you can improve it. But you can't edit a blank page. I love you, and you should too. Go take care of your moms this weekend. Not all of us have them. And while I'm blessed to have mine and have Manda, others don't. So be appreciative, folks. With that, see you next week. Actually, no, I'll see you tonight over at the Historical Fencing Guild channel for another episode of the Historical Fencing Guild's live stream. Till then, toodles.